Hey guys, Logan Richardson, Season 10, Episode 10 of Criminal Minds. Here we go.
You don't remember?
I remember an accident.
And he didn't make it.
What is going on? Hours earlier. Okay.
I don't get it. Hello? We're not talking about switching to decaf. You and Beth broke up.
Dave.
I have a 20-year-old bottle
What?
of scotch could have drowned your sorrows in. There was that time you took Jack on that impromptu weekend to Orlando.
What?
Was that to tell him about Beth? You're an excellent dad, Aaron. Don't you ever doubt that for a second. So what's your social life?
I think the actress just didn't want to come back.
We don't really have time to meet anyone. We're kind of busy here.
Or was too busy.
Online dating.
Really?
Online
Bad
dating?
idea. Intrigued by the in-house jazz singer there, and you will be my wingman.
Can't wait.
Let's go.
Okay, crime fighters, with a triple homicide in Salt Lake City, Utah. A couple, Ron and Karen Myerson, found shot to death in their home.
But it wouldn't have taken him hours to get to their house. What was he doing in the meantime?
Watching the couple conducting surveillance, or he got to them early and was torturing them.
But the Emmy and the police both say that there's no evidence they were held for any length of time.
One thing is clear, both crime scenes look chaotic.
If he can't decompress, he may feel killing's his only option. He may be looking at a spree.
Bills up in 30. So is this the unsub?
You did not have to kill that couple or that security guard. You were leaving a trail of bodies because you can't keep it together.
Have you ever looked death in the eye? Because I have. And I've seen the Grim Reaper staring right back at me.
Okay. When you meant death, you meant like death. Like the death.
Assuming the kills are personal, what do we know about Ron and Karen Myerson?
Both in their 40s, Ron was the manager of a sports bar, Karen a dental assistant.
They had some financial problems, maxed out 4 credit cards.
Been to Reno 4 times in the last few months.
So you may have a gambling problem, but if you owe someone money, does that make this a hit?
Would a professional killer murder a security guard for a month?
Well, based on the disorganization of the kills, I for one would not be surprised if this was a crime of passion.
We've increased patrols on the south side of the city since you said a spree killer may be at work.
Any activity since the killing?
No, but we just spoke to a friend of the couple who was at a marriage counseling retreat with them.
What about the girl?
So they went home a day early.
Russell, look at this.
Those have to be the unsub's bloody shoe prints.
Yeah, but there's 2 sets. It looks like that second set of prints stayed out there by the edge.
Well, maybe it was just a witness. The unsub could have been surprised by someone else in the lobby.
Maybe he kidnapped the witness.
But the possibility is
Or
it was a partner.
a partner, yeah.
That would make it a hell of a lot easier.
But it seems like he's
Taking a
keeping him
firing
against
guard.
his will. Oh.
Oh, talk about a bad gopher problem.
These holes were dug recently. Look at the dirt.
Came looking for something, got surprised when they came home early.
Killed them, and then based on what JJ said, spent another hour trying to find what he was looking for.
Yeah, how did you know there was something buried back here?
We've been saying
Was
this
there
room
something
felt
buried?
personal. What if the unsub used to live here? We should have Garcia pull this to prior residence.
Oh, that's
The unsub
smart.
either has a partner or hostage with him, most likely male based on the prints.
Go ahead.
And before they lived there, it was owned by Professor Harold Mason. He was there for 7 years, bought it from the bank who repossessed it from Amelia Porter, a notorious killer in the state.
What?
I remember that name.
The younger lover was Benton Farland, 17 at the time, convicted of murder for the crime, but Amelia fled the scene. She was never found.
Where's Farland now?
He served 12 years at Utah State Prison, and he was released 2 days ago.
He's got to be
That's definitely the unsub.
Here. I didn't kill her, you know. I mean, I was there. I should have stopped Amelia, but I didn't kill her.
You're a liar.
Back up. We don't remember that much. We were both pretty young.
I'm sorry about
Okay.
that.
So this
So
is.
where are we gonna hide?
So this is
Well, think about
family.
it. You need a place where you're safe and you can come up with a plan.
Your buddy has a cabin?
His parents do. It's like a vacation house. They only use it a few times out of the year. The rest of the time it's empty.
We'll go there tonight.
All right, copy that, Rossi. We'll go talk to Ben's father.
This is awful. Marion, the sister, was a 29-year-old single mom of 2 young kids when she was killed. How did a sensitive boy who was unduly influenced by an older dominant woman?
How did Amelia manage to escape?
She fled into the wilderness. Her father was a survivalist, so she learned outdoor skills from him.
Has anyone seen her since then?
That's a good question.
So she's been missing this entire time, but she's the one that actually committed the crime.
Hey, Mama.
5 years ago, both in Canada, one in Vancouver, the latest one in the Northern Territories, but when authorities got there, she was nowhere to be found.
Does he have any old friends here he could have reconnected with?
When he was a teen, he was a total loner. Probably the reason why Amelia Porter was able to get him under her thumb so good.
We need to look for connections he may have had in jail.
This is interesting.
Ben's over here.
Think about it. Benton was 17 when he went to prison. Imagine you're incarcerated for 12 years and have just been released. Where do you go?
Family.
You have $40 left after buying a bus ticket with your prison release money. Who knows how they'll feel about seeing you again, but really, what choice do you have?
Interesting.
Looks like someone was entertaining.
I think it was the kids.
Where are you guys? I could use a little help unloading the groceries. Right in.
Oh boy.
Kid sat here. Oren sat at the head of the table, which means Benton sat right there.
Benton wasn't sitting very close to Orrin, which means he wasn't exactly welcome.
Why?
I just want to say thank you for letting me stay for dinner.
Eat up. Then go.
Dr. Palman said that if we don't forgive, we'll never heal and move on.
Is that the BS I pay that quack therapist to tell you?
And you will loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and your abominations.
Oh my. Oh god.
You show up like a bad penny to quote scripture to me?
I have repented, and I would kill myself right now if it would bring Marion back.
Maybe it will. You should give it a try.
Damn.
The feeling I have for you is I'd like to gut you for being the vile bastard that you are.
That's not self-defense, though.
I think I know what happened to the kids.
That's what we're gonna tell the cops! No, no cops! They will never believe it! I just got out of prison! They'll throw me back in there for life! Okay, I got a better idea. You're both coming with me!
How is that a better idea?
Insurance policy.
After he murdered his father, he knew the police wouldn't believe him, so he had to go on the run.
How long was Andy in therapy?
3 years. He was having trouble in school.
That's not a surprise given his mother was murdered by his uncle.
Garcia, did Andy have any contact with Benton when he was in prison?
Unfortunately, yes.
No way.
The last 2 years. He visited him twice, wrote him 3 letters.
You know, when I was little, a teacher told me that I was snake bitten. You know what that means? I attract bad luck. Everything I touch turns to garbage. But it's not my fault. I'm jinxed.
Yeah.
Nothing ever goes my way.
You're
Found the
jinxed.
money though, right?
I found the money.
You found the money in the backyard. Okay.
Crap. What do I do?
Pull over.
How many bodies are out there? Is my question. There's 4 right now.
Copy that. Victor 5 on the way. Your taillight is out. I'm letting you off with a warning, but get it fixed.
Sure thing.
Maybe you kids are my lucky charm.
We know that after his prison release, Benton Farland went home and murdered his father in an improvised way. He then fled with his niece and nephew.
He believes that his only choices are fight or flight.
He's looking for any way he can to escape, which makes him highly unpredictable.
Very.
He's armed and dangerous, and he's already killed 4 victims.
We believe he's with his niece and nephew, Andy and Rebecca.
Andy could be trying to help his uncle, but Rebecca is most certainly a hostage.
Or it could be that Andy's simply trying to protect his sister. You need to increase patrols on major roads leading out.
And something happened to Andy, right?
Emphasize enough how volatile this situation
He didn't
is.
make it.
One wrong move could result in more deaths.
You said he wouldn't hurt me, so let me go. There's hardly anyone around here. I swear, I wouldn't go to the cops. But you said—
Enough! I'm not going to leave a 16-year-old girl alone on the side of the road.
That was kind of not really well thought about, but I mean, I guess it's your best chance. Oh my god.
Are you okay?
That's 6 victims.
According to her cousin's statement, she dated several younger men before Benton, all in their early 20s. Benton was the youngest of the bunch.
Makes sense. Younger men were easier to seduce and control.
Farland car was just found. Was involved in a crash.
It's amazing Andy survived.
He's alive?
He's either incredibly lucky or he's allowed to live.
Hopefully we'll be able to get some answers from him soon.
It's too many people for Benton to control. I think she was just a good Samaritan and stopped to help with the crash. Benton killed her and took her car.
We searched a 100-yard perimeter. There's no sign of Rebecca Farland.
So there's a good chance he has her and that she's still alive.
If that's the case, what's he holding her for?
What the hell?
Agents Callahan and Morgan, FBI.
Where's Rebecca?
We're looking for her.
Can you tell us who shot you?
Benton Farland. My uncle. But you have to find her. Please, he's gonna kill her.
We're doing everything we can, but right now we need you to help us. Where would he take her?
I told him about my friend's vacation cabin. We were headed there before the crash.
What's the address?
It's the yellow house at the end of Canyon Ridge Lane. Please, you have to hurry. She's gonna say something to set him off.
But then he burns the car, and then they go off. I still don't get why does he still have her. He just needs family or something.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm tired. I'm cold.
Well, she got it from our mom. There's no way you could remember that. You were too young.
But I do remember. And I remember when I was little, and you used to put me on your shoulders so that I could touch the star on our Christmas tree.
Yeah, I did do that.
Don't set him off.
How stupid do you think I am?
What? I don't...
Just trying to bond with me and build rapport isn't going to work. It's the same crap your brother.
You shot him, didn't you? You told me that Andy died in the accident, but you shot him. It's all coming back to me now.
He tried to kill me. And I had to pay him back.
Oh boy. This is getting wild.
The good news is there don't seem to be any human remains inside.
Any idea why he stopped here?
What's off in that direction?
Summit trail in about 10 miles. That branches into other paths that lead down into a valley.
Any residents in the valley?
There's a smattering of small farms and houses.
Y'all need to get there.
He has a destination in mind.
I don't think you're a bad guy, but I really believe it. You have a heart. You're just snake bitten, like you said.
That I am.
If you let me go, I swear, I won't tell anyone where you are.
You haven't betrayed me yet, but the first chance you get, you will.
That's not true.
Dude has massive trust issues.
Just for...
Looks like part of the path got washed out with the last storm.
Okay, well, thanks for the warning.
Honey, you look blue as a popsicle. Didn't you bring a jacket?
You know, I told her to, but teenagers, right?
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, hey, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, have a good.
I just spoke to the prison warden. Benton managed to stay alone or behind bars. He never affiliated with any groups or made friends with other prisoners.
What?
That's not easy to do for 12 years.
No, that's not.
For social connection.
Maybe he had one.
Except she's somewhere in Canada sleeping among the moose and bears.
People also have a natural instinct to return home.
Yeah, Benton did.
Yeah, maybe Amelia came home.
Amelia Garcia looked for women in their 40s who appeared in the area in the last 5 years with little or no history before that.
What? So we think she's here.
They spotted the suspect and his niece about 30 minutes ago.
Where are we? Whose house is this?
No way. He's got a key. Wow.
What the hell are you doing here?
Hi, Amelia.
Okay. That's... wow.
Okay, I searched a 50-mile radius of where the Good Samaritan's car was burned, and I found not one, but two women who matched the criteria we're looking for. The first is Jane Appleby. She's lived in the area for 5 years. She's an organic farmer. I got nothing on her prior to 2009. Winnipeg, Canada. She's lived there for 4 years. But when I look her up past 2009, I can't find anything.
All right, Dave, you, Kate, and Ree go to Jane Appleby's house. The rest of us will take Natasha back.
Who are we feeling? I feel Natasha.
How did you find me?
I never forgot the old survival plan.
That was my plan. You're never a part of it.
Then you shouldn't have gotten drunk and told me about it.
Yeah.
See? We like each other.
What do you want?
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. It's swapped.
If Benton always intended to meet Amelia after his release, why did he go home first?
What if Amelia wasn't the dominant one? What if it was really Benton?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fatal, who was dating younger men.
It could have been that she herself was immature. Her parents described her as shy and naive.
He said that when his mother died when he was 9, Marion became his entire world.
He could have been obsessed with her, but Miriam was 21 with a life of her own. If she was absent a lot, that would have fueled both desire and rage in her.
Yep.
I think that's enough payback.
Payback?
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
She didn't do anything.
But you deserved it.
Except for, I mean, technically she,
It doesn't mean I don't love
she
you.
ran. She didn't testify. But she must have been terrified, so.
The other reason I'm here, and the reason why I brought Rebecca, is so that we could relive the most exciting moment in our lives. I admit she's a little young for my taste, but she looks so much like Marion, doesn't she? Oh, Amelia, stop lying to yourself. You loved it. It was glorious.
I was high. I was out of my mind seeing things.
You touched God in that moment.
He murdered your sister.
You're not taking me with you.
He's
Oh,
crazy. He
shit.
tried to force me to hurt her. You wouldn't believe me over a 17-year-old boy.
Put the gun down. Amelia's the one we want.
She's the one we're after, and you led us to her.
He's alive?
He's in the hospital.
Thank God.
This is
Let
insane.
her go, Benton.
Oh my god.
soul that has conceived one wickedness can nurse no good thereafter. Sophocles.
Really do. I don't know you can't resist me.
Isn't she great? She's great. You could do worse. So when are you going to introduce yourself?
So much for being a secret admirer.
I'm Celine Destin. It's my friend, Audrey Hanson.
David Rossi and my friend, Aaron Hotchkiss.
Strong silent types. Intelligent. Honest eyes. So you're not politicians. FBI.
Wow.
What the shit?
Who could be profilers?
Well, Audrey practically is. I mean, she's in marketing.
I'm gonna amble up to the bar for another drink. But Audrey, please, have a seat.
She kind of looks like your ex, man.
And,
Not the
my
last.
friend is known to be an excellent tour guide.
Your wife. She kind of looks like your wife.
Well, full disclosure, he's been married 3 times, but he's as solid as they come, and he's learning.
Well, good. That's good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, if he treats her right, she's a dream. So tell me something. Are you really an excellent tour guide?
Most people would start with the obvious, the monuments, but there's some lesser-known places that are very nice. I like the Folger Shakespeare Library, the Moongate Garden at Smithsonian is really beautiful, especially at sunset. Got a few things up my sleeve.
Great episode. I'm absolutely shocked that he broke up with her. But, I mean, I guess I get it, because if she's going to Hong Kong and whatnot, but, you know, it is what it is. So, I was sitting here like, oh, you know, I might can build a case around, you know, sentencing this guy other than the death penalty. And then the whole truth came out, and I got reminded what they did to his sister. Yeah, that's the death penalty. I mean, we've been here before. We all know the rules here. I don't F with it. I don't know why I just said F. So, death penalty, I always give it. No surprise here. Now, she is an interesting case. Now, you could talk, because he was 17, right? When they were together? Was it just 17? Or was it younger? And what state were they in? Because all of that goes into play. If it's some kind of, like, they were together at 15 or something, okay, now then I could get her for rape. But, depending on the state, because there are some states that allow a 17-year-old to be with someone who is over the age of 18 or whatnot. However, I find it very, very disgusting and strange, and I think there should be a mandatory thing across the board of 18, but that's the law in some locations. So some states have it down to 16. I feel like we've talked about this before. So really, ain't much I can really do, because I don't think I have enough information. But that is definitely on the table as a possibility of death penalty for her. But something tells me he was more of the dominant, which he was, but he was more of the driving force in this scenario. She is definitely weird, and she's definitely getting a murder charge. because she was with him, and she also is probably going to get something added on for fleeing for 12 years. So all that thrown together, if all the truth comes out and she actually was forced to do all this stuff and blah, 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 you still have to take into account that she fled. So I'm looking at a 20 to 25 years. Maybe knock that down a little bit more, depending. If she testifies and all that stuff and provides other instances, I could maybe see a maybe 15, maybe 10, maybe 10 to 15. I don't know. I'm feeling 20 to 25 because what the hell are you doing, girl? And there's a lot of things that I don't know, so I think I'm throwing in a little extra just to be sure. Hell, if I find out more, which I will never find out more, but like thinking of hypotheticals, it could go up. So I feel like I've put you in the range of where you could be, but you could also be lower, or you could also be higher. Or you could be more severe. So, there's that. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. I will see y'all next time.